It's been over a year since the craft made the mistake of appearing before me and my video camera. A lot has been learned since. I could spend the next year making more diagrammed videos to show you what is above us, but many of you out there are already doing just that. But time is something that is not abundant. They're going to have to play their cards at some point. So, instead, I'm going to back up a bit and reiterate a few points. It is apparent that we may have two opposing forces above our heads. If the forces are not opposing, we're screwed. One is probably the Navy. We've heard reports that that branch has been hijacked, controlled by the United Nations, or the New World Order, the Illuminati, Anunnaki, rogue chickens, whatever you want to refer to them as. We've also heard of cloaked aircraft, some now using an electrified paint. The ones in charge certainly do not have our best interests in mind, and tend to have the capital to buy these types of toys. It is becoming clear that there is probably an unexpected force at work above, either in collusion with the military or working against them. I, and some of you for sure, have what are called skyfish, or solar entities, or flying rods in your videos. These things exist. But for me, no 9-foot bipedal squid has shown up at my door to say hi. So I cannot comment on the existence of aliens or their visitations, but I would be a fool to dismiss the possibility. I've read that these entities have been recorded as far back as 700 AD in China, and that they come in three shapes, one being a spear shape. I've also just seen the Argentinian rock carvings. I have to admit that I can see them now, in my photos and others' photos. But back to the military's role in all of this. Many videos out there spotlight the smaller craft. They are the easiest to pick out. But it's the big one that is key. That one was the hardest for me to find, but you'd think it'd be the other way around. It's their scale which is almost unbelievable. There are plenty of reports out there about other massive craft that take up acres of land. Acres. And if we can see them now, and know that they are there, so do the boys in brass, no matter who made them. Remember what I referred to as the shape, the back end of the large craft that gave it away. The sharp edges, the 90-degree angles. Does anything look familiar to you? Where have we seen this before? The F-117 and the B-2. Moreover, the large craft is similar to the shape of the SR-71. Haven't we heard of the continued development of the SR program? Remember the Phoenix lights? The direct flyovers were never debunked. I've even heard Sean David Morton, one of the first people to study Area 51, describe a huge shovel-nosed craft above him at one point. Whether it's made of stainless steel, transparent aluminum, mylar, I think we're all looking at the same type of craft, whether made by humans or not. Moreover, I've stated before that I was able to define the shape of the large craft before I really had time to dig into the documents and descriptions to track down names. But in December 2011, I knew this. The rear corner thrusters on both the platform aircraft and the next size down were square or rectangular. The square clouds led me right to them. And then I read a statement by Bob Lazar, one who claimed he worked at Area 51. Apparently, he was threatened with harm, and he currently works at a private nuclear lab. You might recall a statement in Part 4 saying, "Bob was right," and then a cut to my illustration of the rear corner thruster. Bob said essentially that he had seen a glimpse of the aurora. It was massive, and that the rear corner had a square shape with veins on it. Bingo. It matched. I'm guessing what Bob didn't realize is that the veins were electrical runways for the smaller craft. Also, what were the last black budget projects brought to light? Don't say a blimp or a Predator drone. They were the B-2 and the F-117 24 years ago. Though the F-117 was released in 1988, its first flight was 1981. That means it was developed in the 70s. So what have we seen since? A White Project F-22 or F-35? Please inform me. Or is this what they've been building for almost 30 years? About the sheer number of these systems worldwide. It seems like the U.S. started giving out or selling these types of aircraft to friendly foreign governments who supported American policy. That apparently started in the year 2000. So, either way, where's all the real stuff? What's been going on for the last 24 years of silence? And where did all the trillions and trillions of dollars go? Well, and what were all those underground tunnels out west used for? Growing mushrooms? Haven't we heard that those tunnels were so wide that 2 B-52s could fit in them, side by side? When you want to hide your production line from enemy satellites, and even your own people, you put them underground. Should I even go into cold fusion, pulse detonation engines, ramjets, Tesla coil energies, cloaking technologies, anti-gravity? No. But I do know this. Any alien spacecraft that shows up in our skies will not have this earthly, conventional propulsion system, such as this junk. For me, the military is playing a huge role in this mess, and maybe extraterrestrial ships have entered the atmosphere. But what I'm looking at is 1980s technology. To me, the smaller drones, bombs, attached to the aircraft carrier are the newest and lightest and the most acrobatic modern aircraft. Isn't there a nationwide shortage on helium currently? Again, as for the number of craft globally, it is still stunning. But maybe they didn't build them. Maybe they just grew them. Or maybe Zeus is real. Or both.